Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Faith, and Faith asked for a political video, which I will do now. But before I get to the content, please go to the description box, click on the Rumble link, ask everybody to watch over there. I'm still monetized, and it'll help out with the channel. I have been a very, very busy boy since my last video. I told you we were preparing for her disability hearing. It went down today. We'll see what happens. So just keep us in your prayers on that. But since the assassination and since, the stupidity of these vile leftists, of these vile Marxist communists out there spiking the ball and celebrating and destroying vigils and just being the horrible people we always knew they were, it has now been my mission the last few days and the weekends. And if you follow me on X, you see what I've been doing. I've been doing nothing but finding these people who say stupid shit, say this horrible shit, and contacting their employers. I must have found 700-800 people that have been submitted to charliesmurderers.com and the people directly building that list. Oh, it's been fun. Going through, I'm a very patient person. And I always said, you give somebody enough rope, give them the rope, they'll hang themselves with it. And some of you dummies who have just gone on Reddit and some of these other places to disparage and lie about me, just because I don't read your shit doesn't mean I don't know it's there. And it's not in the back. It hasn't been in the back of my mind for years. Some of you weren't too bright to cover your tracks of how to be found. You're going to find out, though, once that list goes live and that database goes live. It's unbelievable also how many of the sorry. It's unbelievable to me how many of these deranged leftists, and it shouldn't be that unbelievable based on where she works and what she does, but still, it's amazing to me how many of my ex-wife's friends are saying stupid shit. Teachers. I warned you, Carrie. I warned you there was going to be a day. And then today, the crown jewel, Jimmy Kimmel. Bye, Wheezy. I was reliably told that cancel culture is good for democracy. We were told this repeatedly. Over and over again, They wrote about it. Kind of like, well, wait, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? I mean this. Why cancel culture is good for democracy. By Rolling Stone, history has shown us that those in power are obsessed with turning any form of accountability into a phenomenon that is intended to bring us into sudden doom. Following is an excerpt from the upcoming book, The Case for Cancel Culture, How This Democratic Tool Works to Liberate Us All. Well, that's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing. We're liberating you. We're liberating you from your jobs. We're liberating you from your money. We're liberating you from anything you own or have because we're done. Discussion's over. It's like Don Jr. said. We had a guy who was willing to sit down and talk to you. You shot him in the fucking neck. Conversation is over. Whataboutism, I don't care. I don't care. And I said that to somebody. Well, what about what's going on in Gaza? I don't give a shit. We're not talking about Gaza. We're talking about here. I'll tell you another thing that's good that's going to come out of all this, and I don't give a shit. I wouldn't be surprised, and I think it's probably now 50-50, where you see Discord, Reddit, Steam, Twitch, Blue Sky seized by the Department of Justice. And it's even worse now for Discord. Because today, one of the users, one of the ex-users, 0 Hour, one of the hackers, I don't know if it was him or one of his people, but they hacked the Discord, all the Discord chat logs. Meaning, if you've written anything, even in private, on Discord, in your DMs, they have it. We have it. And it's going to be exposed. So, I would, there's nothing they can do at this point, because even if they want to go and scrub their Discord and blow it up, they already have it. And apparently that includes everything they already tried to delete. Oh, the day that that these losers log on to Reddit and see the seized by the Department of Justice, what a day that'll be. What are you all going to do then, by the way? What are you all going to do when they take Reddit from you and they take Blue Sky and they take all your little demonic hiding places where you plan this shit out? What are you going to do? You cry about it some more? Because nobody's listening. Nobody who matters cares. They've had it. I'll tell you how much this has even affected me. And here's one for you that's going to surprise my long-time subscribers. Guess who went back to church on Sunday? The place was packed with MAGA. Now, granted, this is South Florida, but it is Broward. This is still one of the 2 blue counties left in this state. And I talked to the priest beforehand. I actually went to confession on Saturday. That's how serious I'm taking this. And the thing that sold me is the head priest is not woke. Quite the opposite. Calls these people the greatest evil he's ever seen. And abortion the greatest lie ever told. So I think I found a decent church. Now, I got a couple other requests asking me about our favorite country, our favorite foreign nation in the world who seems to have their fingers in everything. And what's been going on with people like Candace Owens. I wouldn't lump Tucker in there because Tucker didn't go as far as Candace did. Because let's just face it, whether or not you think Israel was involved or not, Bibi Netanyahu is a scumbag. He is an absolute fucking scumbag. Who tried to capitalize on Charlie's death. And look, now regarding what Candace is saying, now Candace isn't outright even saying that Israel did it, but she's calling out this influence conference ran by Bill Ackman and a bunch of other pro-Israel people, where it was just where Charlie Kirk and a couple other influencers were threatened, and now Ackman's saying, dropping these receipts from a text message between him and Charlie after the fact, like, oh, it was nice meeting you. Like, that doesn't impress me. That doesn't impress me. The same people who are calling out Candace, saying that, you know, and hyping up Bill Ackman's, you know, dropping the quote unquote receipts, are the same people saying that the text messages that Charlie's murderer wrote to his Troon boyfriend look like that they were written by feds, by someone else. And they do. It almost follows like the direct pattern of if you watch the show Breaking Bad, when Walt calls his wife after they're busted and starts calling her stupid, and you knew nothing about this, and I knew, like, to try to cover her. That's what it seems like. And the same people calling out Candace are the ones saying that those text messages seem fake, and they do. It's nothing. Look, if you ever dealt, how do I say this? It wouldn't be out of the ordinary for Bill Ackman, after berating Charlie Kirk, to then try to, because it's a passive aggressive move to be like, oh, really enjoyed meeting you, and like, to me, what I read from Ackman, that seemed kind of passive aggressive. And nobody's even saying that Israel's directly involved. Do I actually think they are? Probably not. But I'm not going to be out there definitively saying, oh, well, she's lying and she's a moron. And they're like, how do you put your neck out there like that? Based on that country's history, and more importantly, recent history. How do you do that? And I'm not blaming them. I'm saying, like, I'm not just going to be like, oh, well, that's crazy. Because it's not. It makes perfect sense. Israel is in a panic because they've lost the youth in this country. They've lost it. This whole yelling anti-Semite and blood libel at everybody who criticizes Israel. It has no effect on these kids anymore. It has zero effect. Zero. In fact, it does the opposite. That's why getting the Charlie Kirk was so important to them. Are they going to kill him for it? Not saying that. Would I put it past them? Would you? What I'm saying is, I don't know. But I'm not willing to put my neck out there for them, for Israel, and be like, oh, this is crazy and she's just a freaking like, no. Like, why would you do that? Especially since these things normally get proven right after a while. And then what? And it's a lot of people I like, too. And don't get me wrong, these are all people on the right. I'm not questioning their conservatism, most of them. But this fear of criticizing this other country the kids have had it. They're not buying it. And even the older generations now are like, the normies, they're not buying it anymore. They're not buying it. Because we saw Charlie's interview with Megyn Kelly the day after that meeting supposedly took place. We saw what he said about the pressure he's getting. Oh no, it's fine and everything. No bullshit. I know a passive aggressive email or text when I see it. Someone who's almost taunting you like, what are you gonna do about it, Char? That's how I read though that text. And you could think I'm crazy and whatever. And I'm not saying Israel's involved. I'm not. I'm just not gonna go out there and call somebody else a friggin' moron for suggesting there might be a problem here. Because I don't think anybody credible has said, oh, they did it, they're behind it. No, nobody's done that. Two things could be true at the same time. And that's what we're dealing with here. So, it's been one interesting week, I'll say that. And I'll say this once again, I am not the one you want to make an enemy with, because you could think whatever you want about astrology. I don't think too much about it. But I am a Scorpio. I don't forgive. I don't forget. Ever. Maybe church will help me out with that somewhat. We'll see what the priest says. That's something I got to work on. Because that probably is a sin. I know it's a sin. That's kind of tough based on my whole premise of forgiveness. But these people don't deserve forgiveness. So maybe I'll talk to the priest about that the next time this weekend. So a lot of good things are happening. I'm trying to stay positive about, again, Charlene's hearing today. It went on for a while. Like I wasn't in there. I kind of just, she said the lawyer handled most of everything and he was really good. So, and I told her that's why it's hard to figure out what a lawyer does until they actually get into what you need them to get into. And, because she wasn't happy. What's he doing? I'm like, there's nothing he can do until the hearing. There's nothing he can do. You have to just play out the process. And that's the frustrating part. So hopefully we'll know sooner than later. Fingers crossed, like I said. Keep her in your prayers. Definitely need it. And I'm going to leave it there. So I should be back either tomorrow or Friday, picking up the channel again. We got something to do tomorrow. I don't know how much time it's going to involve. So other than that, I'll probably either be back tomorrow or Friday, but definitely through the weekend. So I got a couple stories to do. I still got to finish the Chasing Amy. I'm sorry. I will finish that. All this is kind of just thrown everything off. And again, getting these people fired is just been a priority for me right now. So again, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your support. If you want to get your story on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. If you haven't watched the video over there, please do. Even a click helps. Follow me on X and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.